Once upon a time, there lived a king and a queen who longed for a child. At last, their wish was granted, and a beautiful baby girl was born. The whole kingdom rejoiced, and a great feast was held to celebrate the princess's birth. To the feast, the king and queen invited all the fairies in the land, so that each might give the child a special gift. There were 12 fairies in the kingdom, but there was also a 13th fairy who had been forgotten because there were only 12 golden plates for the feast. When the 13th fairy learned she had not been invited, she was furious. Still, the celebration went on. One by one, the fairies gave their blessings to the baby princess: beauty, grace, kindness, a sweet voice, and so on. Just as the 12th fairy was about to give her gift, the 13th fairy burst into the hall. Her eyes burned with anger. She cried, "The princess shall indeed grow in beauty and grace, but when she turns 15, she shall prick her finger on a spinning wheel and fall down dead." Then, without another word, she vanished in a flash of smoke. Everyone was horrified, but the 12th fairy, who still had her gift left to give, stepped forward and said gently, "I cannot undo the curse, but I can soften it. The princess will not die, but she will fall into a deep sleep that will last for 100 years. After that, a prince will come and awaken her." The king, trying to protect his daughter, ordered that all spinning wheels in the kingdom be destroyed. Time passed, and the princess grew up into a beautiful and kind young woman. On her 15th birthday, the king and queen were away, and the princess wandered through the castle alone. As she explored, she came to an old tower she had never seen before. Inside, she found an old woman spinning flax on a wheel. "Good day, old lady," said the princess. "What are you doing?" "I am spinning," replied the woman. "Let me try," said the princess, curious. But as soon as she touched the spindle, she pricked her finger and fell to the ground in a deep sleep. At that very moment, the spell spread throughout the castle. The king and queen, the courtiers, the servants, and even the horses and dogs all fell asleep. Thick thorns grew around the castle, hiding it completely from sight. 100 years passed. Many brave princes tried to reach the castle, but the thorns were so thick that none could pass through. At last, one day, a young prince heard an old man tell the story of the sleeping princess. He was determined to find her. When he reached the castle, the 100 years had just ended, and the thorns turned into blooming flowers that parted before him. He entered the castle and saw everyone asleep. At last, he came to the tower and found the princess lying on her bed, as beautiful as ever. At once, the princess opened her eyes and smiled. The whole castle awoke. The king and queen, the servants, even the birds began to sing again. The prince and the princess soon married, and their wedding was celebrated with great joy. They lived happily ever after.